Hello class, we are going to be reading a new book. This book is both in English and Spanish, but for the purpose of time, we are only going to read it in English today, and then tomorrow we'll come back and read it in Spanish. How does that sound? Alrighty, so this is the book. The title of this book is called Salsa, una poema para cocinar, a cooking poem. It is words by George Argueta and pictures by Duncan Donadio. In my house, there is a stone bowl. It is black as the night and it stands on 3 little feet. It is called a molcajete. Molcajetes are made out of lava, volcanic rock. Lava is born when volcanoes erupt, spitting out fiery red stone. When this stone gets cold, it turns black. This is what molcajetes are made of. Alrighty, so there is a few words that we have not learned. Some of them, which is molcajete, volcano, and lava. Does anyone want to try and show me where the volcano is? Right, it's right over here. Good job. Does anybody remember what the author said that a molcajete was? Yeah, you're on the right track. So it is a stone tool. And what does it specifically use for? Right, it's made to use for Mexican food. And can anybody show me where the lava is? Right, it's right over here, this fiery red stone. My mother tells me molcajetes were our ancestor blenders. Noah, Aztecs, and Mayan people used molcajetes to grind tomato, chilies, achote, corn, and cocoa too. The round molcajete is used with a tejolote, also made of lava, to grind vegetables and spices. Alrighty, can anybody tell me what are some examples the book used to say our ancestors? Right, it was the Noahs, the Aztecs, and the Mayan people. Those are people who we consider our ancestors because they lived in our past life. So do you guys remember what a tejolote is? Right, she's using it right here. This is what we used to grind the vegetables and spices inside the molcajete. Do any of you guys have any traditions that you're with your family to remember your ancestors? That's cool. I also have El Día de los Muertos. Just a little explanation on that. It's a day where we celebrate the dead. So like if someone in your family passed, we usually have like a little altar with them with these orange flowers, and we put some of their favorite stuff like their food, pictures of them, and some of their favorite like maybe pillows or picture books or stuff like that. And that is one way my family tries to remember our ancestors, and it's a day to reconnect with our loved ones. Every weekend, we make red or green salsa at my house. Just like our ancestors, we use the molcajete, and while we make it, we sing, we dance, and we sing salsa. We use chubby cheeked red tomatoes for red salsa and green tomatillos for green salsa. The salsa I'm going to make now is a red salsa. So in this family, there is the mom, the dad, the little baby brother or sister, the sister, and the brother. So in my family, I have my mom, my brother, and myself. So how many people do you have in your family? Wow, 6 is a lot of people, but I mean, there's a lot of people who have big families and some people have small families, and everything is okay, whatever you have. I'm ready with 4 tomatoes. They are bongos and kettle drums. My onions are a maraca. Cloves of garlic are trumpets, and the cilantro is the orchestra conductor with his shaggy green hair. For the music to be really spicy, it is important to use chiles. My family loves hot peppers. We usually put hot peppers in all salsa. The hotness is so delicious. The bubbly taste of chilies makes me feel like I'm dancing among the rainbows and stars. Alrighty, do you guys think instruments can be vegetables? No, right? So what do you think the author is doing by making the vegetables as instruments? Right, he's using a metaphor. So for example, the tomatoes are the bongos and the kettle drums, the maraca is the onions, the trumpets are the garlic, and then the orchestra conductor is the cilantro. There are hot green chilies, one bite and we turn into butterflies, flashing on and off. There are chilies faced with faces like a grandfather and chilies with a face like a grandmother. There are red chilies with little flames. We bite one and our tongue gets hot, as if a tiny light in our mouth. There are purple chilies that look like they swallowed the sunset, yellow chilies like drops of honey, and even round chilies like green pearls. So this is a picture of him and his sister eating the chilies, and you can see that they're really spicy because there's little flames coming out of his mouth. Does anybody know what a chili is? Yeah, you're right. It's what they're eating. So in Spanish, it's called a chile, and in English, it's called hot pepper. Now, with these marvelous, delicious instruments, I'm going to sing, I'm going to dance, and I'm going to make a delicious salsa. Salsa for tortilla chips, salsa for tacos, salsa for beans, salsa to eat with everything. So this is him dancing with his dog while he makes the salsa. So one question before I go to the next page. Has anybody made like food and danced in their background? I know I do, because music just brings so much joy. Yeah, that's pretty cool, you know? Like if you dance while you make some food, you're enjoying some time with your family as well as dancing. Bing, bang, bing. Bring the tomatoes and the cilantro. Bring the tomatoes, the cilantro, and the hot peppers in a kettle drum bowl to be washed in the river of the sink. Splash, rush, gush, whoosh, splash, splish. The water pours out singing. The tomatoes, the cilantro, the chiles bathe and make music of whistles, marimbas, drums, maracas, bongos, and kettle drums. Once they are all clean, the tomatoes, the cilantro, and the chiles on the table. So have any of you tried to make salsa with your family? If so, did you make it by yourself or did you make it with your family? So none of you have tried, or there's some of you, yeah. So I have tried it too. My mom makes really good salsa. I should probably bring it on Friday when we have our potluck. Do you guys use a recipe or do you guys know it by heart? Because my mom, and she's trying to show me, and then I'm little by little trying to learn it myself too. But that's pretty cool that you guys look at the recipes. Do you guys use the same ingredients as they do in the books? That's pretty cool, yeah. Everybody has a different kind of variation to what they make, but I'm excited to try all of your guys' food on Friday. The onion and the garlic are waiting. I peel the onion and garlic. I cut the tomatoes and the onion into little cubes and put them in the molcajete with the garlic trumpets and the cilantro too. It keeps conducting the salsa instrument. As you can see, the pets are anxiously waiting for the salsa to be done. But remember, kids, if you ever do this at home, make sure that you have a parent with you because knives are really sharp and we do not want to get hurt, right? With the tejolote of my molcajete, I slowly crush the tomates, the onion, the garlic, the cilantro, and the red chilies. Yum! How delicious the salsa smells. Prick, prick, prack, prish, rick, rick. The sound of stones crushing together. I grind and I crush. So as you can see, he's grinding all the spices and the vegetables with the tojolate, and he has the molcajete right here. How soft, how red, how juicy. Now cut the lime. Green and round like a juicy world filled with seeds that are low notes of the music. I squeeze a river of lime into the salsa and we stir with my saxophone spoon. Sorry for the glare. I think it's really fun that he has his sister helping him, because who doesn't love bonding time, right? Me and my brother always cook together so that my mom wouldn't be as tired when she got home from work. I don't throw away the low note seeds of the lime. I put them in my kettle drum bowl with the onion and the garlic peels. I bury them in my garden so they can become soil, so Mother Earth, ping pong clan clan ta ta rat ta ta, will keep dancing and singing salsa. Give us more lime trees, more tomatoes, red pepper, cilantro, and onions. Sorry. So as you can see, he's burying all the ingredients he did. What do you think will happen when he buries them? Right, there will be new vegetables so that he can use to make another salsa. Do you guys have a garden in your house? That's really cool. I've always wanted to have some fruit and some vegetables. Fortunately, only my mom has some flowers in her garden. And we do have an apple tree, but it usually doesn't sprout any apples. That's cool that you have some tomatoes in your backyard. Maybe you guys can try to make salsa with your family. Now all you need are the high notes of the salt. I sprinkle it and taste dancing salsa around my molcajete. This also makes me feel like a salsa dancer. My mother warms up tortillas and she's dancing salsa. My father is dancing salsa as he lays out the plates. My little brother is dancing salsa. My little sister is dancing salsa. My cat, Cloud, and my dog, Mango, are dancing salsa too. You can tell that this family is really united because they're all coming together while they make the salsa, which I think is so beautiful because family time is such a precious memory to have. Yum, it's so delicious. This salsa, red salsa, it tastes like love. The end. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this book. Remember, we are going to be reading this book tomorrow in Spanish now. So, I have a few questions to end the reading thing. Do you guys have any traditions that from where you come from, were they passed down, or is it something you guys started? That's cool, yeah. Santa Claus comes on Christmas, you're right. And then the Easter Bunny comes too. Yeah, my family celebrates Christmas and Easter as well. Everybody has different traditions in my family. For Christmas, we love to make tamales. They're so yummy. Maybe once Christmas time hits, I'll bring some for the class. Or you guys can bring it on Friday for the potluck. Do you know if anybody has different traditions than you do? How about you guys get with a partner and talk to them and talk about what kind of traditions you guys have with each other. I'll give you guys a few minutes. Alrighty, so now can you guys come back to me? What are some things you learned and how will you use this information? Right, we learned how to cook salsa today, and that's going to be one of our assignments later on. We're going to write a recipe and we're going to put the steps on how to make salsa. Right, we also learned about the molcajete and the tejolote and a little bit about their ancestors and how this salsa was created in the past. Alright, can some of you guys want to share with your partners what is one family tradition and some of your favorite dances? I heard some people also dance salsa. I love that. Yeah, there's cumbias too. Alright, class. So this is the end of reading our book. Now let's get on to the next